All right, first up today, we are turning to a professional chef on how to stock your freezer with comfort food. With the kids out of school and many of us now working from home, we need creative and easy to make options.
That's right. Kate Luloff is with Jones Dairy Farm, and she joins us via FaceTime from her own kitchen. She's going to demo a unique way to make breakfast sausage burritos by preparing some of them ahead of time. So good to know. Hey, Kate.
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Doing good.
Hanging in there, Kate. How about you?
Yeah, the same. The kids are starting to get a little stir crazy, but we come up with creative things to do. So besides spring break this week, they have spring break, so they're not doing their online schooling right now. So
same with my kids.
Yeah, so we're doing a little more cooking this week. We're filling up the freezer for later on. So.
Yeah, I like it. We're used to having you here in studio cooking live for us, but today you're in your kitchen. So tell us what you have going there.
So to complete transparency, this was kind of like a clean out your fridge kind of recipe. So if anybody is in the same boat, which a lot of us are, either trying to limit your time going to the grocery store or, just trying to use up whatever you have in your fridge or your freezer before you go to the grocery store, this is a great recipe for that. So obviously, you guys know I always have some kind of Jones products in my freezer. For this one, I use the roll sausage. But you can certainly use, we can use links, you can use patties. This is just honestly what I just went out this morning and pulled out of my freezer. This is what I have. Any of these would work great. You can either do the roll and it'll crumble like this, or you can just warm the links or the patties and then chop them up into small pieces, and that works in here as well.
Perfect. Okay, so then what's next?
Well, so then I went through my fridge and I had a couple of peppers that were looking a little on the ugly side, so I pulled those out. So I've got some green peppers, and what I did was I did some scrambled eggs, cooked them up, and then just set them off to the side. And these are just some diced potatoes. Again, just a couple small potatoes I had in my pantry. If you have baked potatoes left over from a meal that you had a couple nights ago, or even like hash browns or leftover breakfast potatoes, you can use frozen potatoes if you have those. I have those that I just boiled off a little bit until they were tender and then set those aside. But I'm going to add, like I said, my refrigerator clean out here. So green pepper, red pepper, and then I had some yellow onion. And I had a little jalapeno that needed to be used up.
Give it a little kick.
Oh yeah, I like a little kick. And it depends to what your kids like. Mine don't particularly like peppers, so if I'm going to make it for them, I'll leave the peppers out. Maybe throw some other stuff in. And then just a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to saute all that together until the veggies start to soften. So about 2-3 minutes. So we'll keep cooking those while we talk about the rest of it.
Yeah, I was hoping that you'd talk a little bit about the sausage and why you're such a big fan of it.
Well, it's besides the flavor, which is obviously that's number one. You have to love it, otherwise you're not going to buy it, right? So the flavor is phenomenal. The roll sausage, which is the one that I used in here, is the original recipe from Jones when the company was started in 1889. So if you pick up the roll and you look at it, the ingredients on the label are just pork, water, salt, and spices, and that's it.
Love it.
So very, very clean label. You know what you're putting in your body. No additives or preservatives. No MSG or fillers or binders or anything like that. And that's one of the great things too in this time when everybody needs to be stuck at home. You can go and buy these, and you'll always find them in the freezer section, but you can keep them in your freezer then, and they'll last, a year, probably even longer in the freezer. So great products to have on hand because you can always pull them out when you need them.
And those roll sausages don't take up a lot of space. So for those of us who have that small kind of drawer freezer, they're actually great because they don't take up too much space.
That's exactly right. Yep, they're definitely a time saver, space saver, and just take them out and thaw them, and then cook it up like I did this morning. I either throw it in a sink with a little bit of water and it's thawed in 20 minutes, or you can take it out the night before and put it in your refrigerator to thaw. That'll work too.
Yeah, it's great to freeze proteins. We talked earlier about great foods to have in the freezer, and protein's definitely one of them. And I love that you can make these, freeze them, and then serve them later. Heat them up, reheat them, and serve them later.
Yep, exactly. And that's why this again, a good clean out recipe, but also a good save it for later when things do get busy again or crazy, or if you have a morning where the kids have to get to their online schooling and they just need a quick breakfast, you can pull these out. After the veggies are sauteed a little bit, I'm going to add in my potatoes and my scrambled eggs. And you're going to stir all that together. The only thing you're not going to add in is the shredded cheese. That we're actually going to add to each individual bag after we divide this up. So we're going to give this all a stir.
Is there a reason that you add it at the end?
Because when you pull them out of the freezer and you're going to microwave it, if you mix it in now and it gets melted now, it's going to be kind of a big, it's going to clump together when you rewarm it in the microwave. So what I did with these, after this is finished all mixing and warming through, then I divided them into the little snack size zip top bags. And I put the mixture on the bottom. And then you can see that the cheese is not melted. I just sprinkled that on the top. And that also lets you just kind of get an even distribution of the cheese throughout the bags, you know, so that they all have the same amount. Throw these in the freezer. And then when you're ready to have them, pop one out, open it into and dump it into a microwave safe bowl. Put it in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes, or depending on your microwave, until it's hot. And then when you're ready to serve it, take out your tortilla and my little tortilla warmer here. Pop it in the microwave for about 15 seconds till it warms up and it's nice and soft.
Fill that bad boy up.
Exactly. And again, this is going to be coming from a bowl, so you'll have the cheese already on there. But when I'm going to build this one now, then I'll just put the cheese on top.
Perfect.
So
While you do that,
see.
we're going to give some of the information too, so everybody knows where to find Jones Dairy Farm and
right.
all Jones products. You can find this recipe and more by going to jonesdairyfarm.com. Again, the recipe is the Make Ahead breakfast sausage burrito. So jonesdairyfarm.com. There's also a product locator on there, so you can see if the grocery store near you carries the Jones Dairy Farm product that you're looking for. And then you got to get in early to get them.
That's right. Go to the freezer. You find good stuff. Oh, that looks so good, Kate. I wish you were
There
here.
we go. Roll it up.
Yeah,
And
our
this one's
whole
all
crew
ready
is
to go.
Our whole crew is bummed that you're not here today.
Yeah, we love it when
I know,
you're
I
here.
don't
Can't
get to
smell
feed
it.
everybody. I'm bummed too, but maybe next month. Otherwise, we'll be doing another one from here, and then we'll see you guys sooner than later, I hope.
Perfect.
Good.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, stay
All right.
healthy, Kate. Great to see you.
Thank you. You too.